Morning, my loves. How are we? We've got a little something coming down from the light there. Oh, right, off you go. Unless, of course, you'd like to dance. Nice. Now, let's just check we're all up and running. And good to go. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. The live comments are whizzing through. I'm loving the whole... Yes, we're good. Lovely, lovely. Morning, my loves. How are we? I hope you're well. Now, before we start today, there's a couple of things to say. Firstly, the online poll, and it seems that you already know this. Actually, I wonder if I've got the percentages here, which were hilarious, by the way. Let's have a look. Oh, yes. So, we've got... Actually, this is terrific, because you decided yourself. So, only 9% of you wanted to do the waltz. Okay, fair enough. I quite like the waltz music. 11% of you wanted to do the cha-cha-cha-cha. Fair enough. 23% wanted to do the jive. 27% wanted to do the samba. Don't understand you. And 30% wanted to do the American smooth. So American smooth wins the day, and that's brilliant. I have to tell you something. I love the American smooth. Slow foxtrot is my favourite dance, to be honest with you, but on Strictly Come Dancing, I love the American smooth because you can lift up your partners legally, which is different for me because I do it quite a lot illegally. Anything to waste a bit of time. And I have my best success ever with the American smooth on Strictly Come Dancing. I won't bring up the whole 10 thing, but just so you know, 2 10s. Thank you. I know, I feel it as well. Now, I've got a couple of messages, a couple of things I'd just like to do there before we go. Oh, I'll grab this as well. Before we go any further and go down the thing. Thank you for all the messages and everything. And a lot of people are sending me messages on Facebook, one thing or another, and which is lovely. I've got 2 here. This is a happy birthday to a young lady to be 80. It's Beryl. Hello, my love. Now, you're supposed to be going on a river cruise. Now, I'm not sure if it's with your daughter, but it's a birthday thing, but you're supposed to be going onto a river cruise. Of course, that will have been cancelled. And I think, is it one of the ones I was going to be doing with Erin? Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, we're disappointed as well. So we're sorry about that, but we're going to do them next year, Erin and I. We're going to do probably maybe even do a couple next year if we can fit them all in. So that'll be exciting, somewhere exotic and glamorous. But anyway, happy birthday. Hope you have a lovely day. And just when the lockdown's over, you can have a second birthday. That's the joy of this lockdown, if there is a joy to it. Can I say from Helen Watford, and as opposed to Helen from Watford, give a little shout out to all the lovely staff and pupils at Flamstead End School who are big dancing fans and tell them to keep dancing. So everybody there, keep dancing, stay safe, and much love. Now that's that one. Let's have a look here. Good, that's terrific. Oh, better turn that down actually, just in case. Right, marvellous. And who was first out of the blocks today? You're terrific, I tell you, I love this. Early draws as well. Anna, buenos dias. I know you're in Gibraltar and not actually Spanish, but you know what they say when in Rome. That's early doors. The timing was all peculiar there. 9 o'clock, fantastic. Morning to everybody. Now. So we're going to do the American smooth. Now I know one of the 2 of you, Lara, all the way from Guten Morgen, Lara, from Germany, in the bedroom, and other people haven't got a lot of space. One, 2, you're going to venture into the garden with it. I think that's terrific. So we're going to do a little thing. Of course, American smooth, the joy of American smooth and foxtrot, I always think those 2 dances go hand in hand. That rhythm and the style of American smooth go hand in hand. But you can do it to the fast. You can do American smooth tangos, American smooth quick steps. You can do sort of anything really, but I always the idea of it is all sort of glamorous and sophisticated and canes and top hats, and it's all a bit Fred and Ginge in styling. For me, that's how I think about it anyway. And it's also quite expansive, as the same as the slow foxtrot sweeping across the floor. So we will, I know Frankie from Belgium would like us to do some foxtrot, and we will do bits and pieces, but we'll do little bits in the space we have available to us. And then what we'll do eventually, when we get out of lockdown and we've got a bit more space, we'll put it into a bigger room and I'll start to add it together. Perhaps that might be an idea. So I thought I'd show you a little bit of the American Smooth that I did with the Be Still My Beating Heart, gorgeous Emma. And on Strictly, there's a little section that we did side by side, which I thought was rather lovely. Now, I actually thought it was so lovely, I repeated it with Erin on tour this year, so in our Foxtrot. So it goes a bit like this. Ya da dee, ya da da dee, just recap. So, okay, we're going to start to go to our left. Now, a great stapled variation of the American Smooth I like to use because I think it's stylish and it's easy to do. It's just a step tap. Now I'm just going to do this first and then go into, because this is a sort of what we're going to do in a minute is a variation on this. So just a step tap. So I'm going to step forward my right foot and I tap my left foot to the side. Then I step forward with my left foot and I tap my right foot to the side. Very simple. We go a 1 tap, a 2 tap. Now you'll see me do this on Strictly Come Dancing as well. Quite a lot. And step, tap, and step, tap. And I like to just pop the shoulder, Cassie, as well. And I like to go 1 tap and 2 tap. And you can style this any way you like. Now, what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to walk across myself. 1, 2, 3. So I'm just going to go right, left, right. We're both doing this, we're side by side. So I'm going to go right, left, right. And I sweep my left foot around and goes left, right, left. So I go like this, just want a bit more space. So I go right, and left, right, left. And there's that little sort of yum, dee, dum, a yum, dee, dum. That's the rhythm. If I spin it to count, it's be 1 and 2. So it goes and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Get the idea? One more time. Is that fitting in? Oh, I think it is. It's just about fitting in. So I'm going to go again. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And this swishes round at the end. I like Yumpty Dump personally, because it's a bit more rhythm. And yum, dee, dum, and yum, dee, dum. And as I go on the last one, 1 and 2, I step across, and now I'm going to do a spin. We haven't done a lot of spins. We did the American spin and jive, but we're going to do 2 spins. Do 1 if you can only manage 1. Have a go at 2. And there's sort of a backward turn as well, because rather than me stepping forward into the turn, as I swish here, I step to the side and turn this way and do my spins. Here. I know. Orcs, but lovely. Because it's a bit unexpected. You would expect somebody just to turn the direction they're going, but we're going to step into it and turn backwards. Here. There we go. So it's about a turn and a half really. So if I stand here, I turn once and I turn, well I suppose it is 2 turns really. So 2 turns. And that comes on the end. So should we just try it again? We'll do step, tap, step, tap. Step and step. And then we're going to go 1 and 2, swish 3 and 4. Swish last one, 1 and 2, swish, step. Now we turn. Ya, di, da. Did you see that? Did you get that in? Da, da. Oh, lovely. Just got that in. So, there's a very slight delay on the iPad. It's brilliant. I can just see what I did. Now, the thing about spins is Craig Revelhorde of this parish talks about spotting. We've discussed this in the past. We'll just do it again today. And he talks about spotting because it enables you to continue to spot and stay on balance, and you don't sort of wander off all over the place. Now, the idea of a spot is, I'll do it this way because this is where we're turning. So I'm going to look at the curtain. Why not? It's there. And when I do my turn, as I step towards it here, my head is looking towards it. I'm looking with my head, and I flick the head round, and I let the body sort of spin underneath me and catch me up. But what that does, it fixes on a point. So that's the point I'm going to, and that's the point I spot immediately as I come out of the turn, and that's the bit I'm going to head towards. So it keeps me on balance, if nothing else, and able to do the next one, and stops me from getting dizzy. So I'm going to spot one more time. I'm going to go yum, dum, dum. All right? There we go, one more time. 1, 2, 3. Now, if you take the spin a bit gentler, depending on how fast your music is or how quickly you want to do it, the spot doesn't become so important. I'm just going to do this. And that's the key to spinning, really, is making sure you see where you're going. And if you do that well, the feet sort of work themselves out. Now let's just go over the foot pattern for a second on the spins. As I do the swish around here, I go step to the side with the right foot. And as I step to the side with the right foot, I'm already starting to turn. See that? And this action in ballroom dancing, or actually forget that, this action in dancing is vitally important, is this. Not the swivel, but the feet swiveling on the floor. So in Charleston, we do it like this. And we do swivels like this in jive and all this sort of thing. But the general swivelling of the feet under the body is very, very important in dancing, because what you don't want to do is turn on one thing and the legs stay where it is. So you've got to just keep the feet turning underneath you. And if you do that, when I found this, discovered this, or suddenly sunk in, my teacher has been saying to me for 100 years, it's suddenly sunk in. Wow, it's like a revelation. Why did you say that? What do you mean you have been? Oh, I didn't realise. So we're going to do that again, ready? So as I step onto the right foot, I'm turning already, I step onto my left foot and I keep turning. Turn, turn, turn. And as I'm turning, I'm just putting my feet down. So just watch my feet for a second. I'm just going to do a series of spins. You can see my feet work. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I just keep turning. My feet just keep moving round. I'm not taking great big steps in between. I'm not going step, turn, step. There's none of that old malarkey. I'm just pottering round, and if I spot correctly or look where I'm going or see the point of where I want to come out or head towards, you'll be fine. You'll keep going in that direction. So should we go over from the top? So we go, and a step, a 1, 2, 3, and let the arms swish across, and 4, 5, 6. So we're going to turn step, step, the dum and side. Might have done an extra turn there, actually, quite exciting. How's that? Not bad? Now from there we did some sort of jumpy sort of malarkey, so we won't do that, I'll end up in a telly. So let's go over that one more time. So we go a step, tap, a step, tap. I'm just clicking because I like it. And now I'm going to go step, and then as I take the leg round, I bring the arm round as well. Or 1, 2, 3, and the arm goes all the way round. So I'll take it around the long way, so you're stretching the arm across there and bringing it round again there, and I'll go step, step, turn, turn, side. Or turn, turn, side out of balance like that. That was marvellous. We'll do that one again. We go and turn, turn, side. That's much better. Good stuff. How's that? Not bad? Not bad? Let's have a look. Let's catch up with you guys. Deborah was talking about back pain earlier. Oh, look at this. This is terrific. Deborah, loving the feel of this. Thank you very much. I know you can read these as well, but I just read them out because I like it. Happy Friday, Sarah. Happy Friday, Gillian. Oh, Gillian's got a question about shoes. That's right. Now, Gillian, I know you're doing it in trainers. A lot of people do it in trainers. When you're doing spinning things, that can be a bit tricky in the old trainers. I never really dance in trainers because they're a bit too much grip. If I'm doing sort of jazz or something, I might pop on a dancey trainer, as is my want. But generally speaking, I don't use trainers because the turning that I want to do on the foot, it's too grippy on the old rubber, and it can play havoc with the old knee. See? I don't want to rip a knee. So the suede character shoe, perfect. And also with the character shoes, they've often got a bigger heel, a bit more of a thicker heel. The ballroom shoes and Latin shoes got these little sort of very slender heels, which look attractive, but they're very, very difficult to dance in. So the character shoes are a bit more stable, and they're just a bit easier to dance in. So if you've got a suede one of those, terrific. Even if you've got rubber ones of those, they're not as bad somehow as the trainers. So give that a go. Michelle, I'm doing American Smooth for you, really, because you've been asking for it. Saffron, not sure how to keep balancing the spins. Now, again, two things really. It's the spotting, really. You've got to see where you're trying to go. You don't want to sort of spin blind. And secondly, posture. Posture is everything, really. The straighter you stand, the better it is. So when I'm standing here like this, and I hold my tummy. All the things that we talked about in the past. Should we go over that again very briefly? So your centre or your core, I want you to feel, you know, if you do Pilates and that, you'll talk about pelvic floor. So hold it for ladies, engage your pelvic floor. Fellas, just hold your tummy in. And have that feeling of someone's about to poke you in the tummy, you just go like that. Oh, so connect your words like, or expressions like, connect your belly button to your spine. Don't suck in a ridiculous way, because that's well, ridiculous essentially. So just hold yourself. Now that will give you sort of a nice core to dance around. The head is everything. The head is everything, because there's so much weight in the head, especially if you've got one like mine with this much hair as well. It just flops about all over the place. Now I have to work on my head constantly. It's my first checkpoint. How does my head look? Because positionally, not how the boat looks. That unfortunately we have to suffer. But how's my head positioned? And for me, it's everything. Sometimes mine gets a bit too neutral, and I come a little bit in like this, and then the chin starts to get a bit here, and it gets a bit too sort of neutral. Well, this is no good. Certainly for me. One, it doesn't look any good, and two, I'm just starting now, because of my head's in this position, everything's starting just to go a little bit forwards. Whoa, disaster! And when I'm doing spins and turns and things like that, if I'm not nailing the balance, it's invariably because my head's in the wrong place. So I have to pick my head up. I have to feel long through the neck and statuesque through the jawline, if you like. I mean, I've got this ridiculous jawline, so I have to sort of find ways of holding it in a natural way. So here is a better thing. If I feel like an orange underneath my, if I do this, it's all sunk in, and I need some sort of feeling of this for my head. Now I've aligned my head in the right position in relation to the rest of my body. Now when I'm doing spins, I'm going to be a much better balance, because I'm more upright, I'm vertical, and it's much easier to turn a vertical column than it is to be a little bit off. You can do these wonderful spins that are off your centre, but they're awfully difficult. You've got to be a very good, sort of an experienced dancer for that sort of thing. So for us, what we're going to do is we're going to hold a great posture. So Saffron, check your posture and check your head position. It's invariably that. And then make sure you step and do your turn. So step, turn, step. All right, so hopefully that will give you a little bit more idea of how the spin goes. So we'll just have a quick check there. Love the questions. In actual fact, Lancey Ellington has joined us. Lancey. A big kiss to Lancey, you absolute beauty. And let me tell you this, I'm going to tell you something. We were speaking the other day about, so we had one of the sort of video meetings about Erin and I going back on tour next year in January. Hopefully all this will have cleared up and we can get back to some semblance of normality, and everybody's getting back to their normal lives in some way. I think life will have changed somewhat by the time we come out of lockdown, but we've been talking about next year's show, and Lance is going to join us again. Yes! And he's going to be in our show again. So if you fancy a good show, come and see us. We'll have a great night. We're already putting together some fabulous ideas, and Lance is a big part of all of that. So, Lancey, you're a beauty. Now, Lance is becoming into a wonderful dancer in his own right, because his head's being held properly, you see. Now, Katie, you saw the NHS piece that we did with the London Concert Orchestra. We put out as well, and we sort of redid some of the lyrics to Cheek with our orchestra on Erin and my tour, the London Concert Orchestra, with Lance and Laura doing the vocal parts on it as well, and it was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. So if you enjoyed that, I'm delighted, and thank you very much, and a huge thank you to everybody involved in NHS and all of the key workers. You're doing a great job, and we're eternally grateful. So what we're going to do, we're just going to go over this one more time. How are we doing over there? And ready? Because I know Lance has joined, so I want Lance to pick this up. So here we go. We're going to go step, tap, and then we're going to go across. 1 and 2, swish, and the arm goes. 1 and 2, and the arm goes. Oh, hello. 1 and 2. Now we're going to get into the spin. Step, turn, side. How's that? Not bad? Not bad. This is good. This is our first introduction into American Smooth. And why not do a bit that got 10s at Blackpool. Bit from Emma and my routine from Blackpool last year. Brilliant, loved it. I'm going to show you one before. I know I'm enjoying it so much I sort of don't want to end. I'm going to give you one more bit. Now there's a lovely little thing that we do sometimes. Now it's a fall away variation, and we do this. It's basically 3 steps: forward, side, back. And then ladies go back, side, back. Now what I want you to do, girls, is I want you to do this. I want you to go back, side, back. And I want you to go forward on this foot here and then do another turn. Step and step. Like that. Alright? Now I'll just show you this, how it looks. I go back, and then the girl does a turn. Under she goes, and we go back into hold. So it's a forward variation with a turn in it that we do, which I use a fair amount in sort of American smooth dances I've done over the years, because it's just a lovely way of introducing some sort of decoration during a sort of, well, you've got to be in hold for a certain amount of time during the American smooth, certainly not strictly. Those is the rules. And so whilst you're staying in hold, you can just do a little flourish underneath that's sort of not a lift, which is lovely. So boys, you're going to go forward, side, back, and then you just go back, side, side, close, side. At this time, the lady is turning. Ladies, you do back, side, back, and then you go forward, turn, side, back into hold. See that? Good. And again, one more time. And 1, 2, 3, forward, side, so forward, turn, side. Boys, you go. 1, 2, 3. She's about to turn. You let her go under the arm and then back into hold at the end, like this. Nice. That's a lovely little thing. Now, when we'll learn a few bits and pieces like this, and then what we'll do, we've got more space. We'll add it all together, and we'll do a little Argentine tango, American smooth little routine. One more time for the first bit. Here we go. And step, and 1 arm swish, a 2 and swish, and 3 and swish, and a turn, 1 and 2. Did one spin, I thought I was going to whack into the telly. How's that? Not bad? Very, very good. Well done, my loves. Absolute beauties. Evangeline, hi to Misha, all the way up there from Nottingham. Shout out to Scylla Hicks from Keith Hicks. Scylla, hello my love. How are you? Hope you're enjoying the classes. Frankie, not bad, loved it. Thank you, Frankie. That's very kind of you. And I should just be reading out your comments because you can already see them. The spins are like magic. Well, the spins are lovely. They're my favourite step tap. Oh, Lancey, good beauty. You've become quite a step tapper, you have, Lancey, haven't you? Lovely. Thank you, everybody. It's great fun for me. I'm loving doing these dance classes and the 3 o'clock session. The press, and all that. Oh my goodness me, I feel exhausted even thinking about it. I hope you're going to join me later. If not, we'll see you tomorrow, 11 o'clock, for our sort of weekly recap. Really, we'll just buzz through everything that we've done. Not everything we've done, a lot of the things that we've done. And on a Monday, we've got a new thing I want to introduce, really, because I enjoyed it this week. We did it this week and it was terrific. The Q&A session, really. I want you to fire in all the questions about some of the things that we've done. Other things, somebody talked about, Val last week talked about a heel turn. We haven't discussed heel turns, but we did heel turns. So if there's anything that's troubling you in your dancing, or something you want to learn, or something you want to ask about the dancing, or even some of the stuff you see on Strictly Come Dancing, you can ask me anything you want to do. If you could make it about dancing, that would be ideal. We'll do a Q&A session about life another time. But anything about dancing, that would be terrific. And then we can just go over everything. So I'm looking forward to that on Monday. But tomorrow is our recap day, and maybe I'll see you in the afternoon. Much love. Thank you very much indeed. Enjoy the rest of the day. Stay safe, and maybe I'll see you later. Thank you, my loves.